Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Friday out there. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Wrestling Talk Show. There is news and there's rumors going around this morning that former NXT champion, I should say, sorry about that Samoa Joe is injured, possibly injured. There's rumors going around, so just take it with a grain of salt. But that's today's show. We're going to get into. We got some information about that. Be sure to hit that like button as well. Former two-time NXT champion Samoa Joe appeared at Thursday's NXT live event in Riverside, California, and he told the crowd that he is not medically cleared to compete in that evening's main event. At Ringside News, Matt said, NXT champion Shinsuke Nakamura and Ty Dillinger beat Bobby Roode and Andre San Almas, according to Wrestling Inc. Now, Samoa Joe's last match prior to that was at NXT's event in Sydney, Australia on December 13th. He partnered with Roode and Drifter Ellis Sampson in a losing effort against Nakamura, Dillinger, and Buddy Murphy. Now, the match apparently included few high-impact moves and featured a lot of staling and the crowd work, perhaps pointing to wary wrestlers nervous of getting injured after such a punishing schedule. Now, this ain't good. You know, I love Samoa Joe. I'm a fan of Samoa Joe. And when wrestlers get injured, this ain't good for him. This ain't good for Samoa Joe. He couldn't compete that night at that event because he was hurt. He was injured. He couldn't compete. That's why he was at ringside. He couldn't wrestle. He couldn't perform. Well, this ain't good because, Samoa Joe is expected to come to the main roster and debut next year. Before the Royal Rumble, he's supposed to debut on the main roster. The question is, where would he go? Would he go on Raw or would he go on SmackDown? That's up to you guys where you want Samoa Joe to be. But in my opinion, I would put Samoa Joe on SmackDown Live. That's where I would put the guy because he would get used better. He would get treated better. Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon would know what to do with great talent because he has it. He works hard. He performs good. He's very intense when he performs. He's a good fighter, too. That is Samoa Joe. But this ain't good, I mean, it is rumors. But if he is injured, is he still going to be able to come to the main roster and be part of the Royal Rumble as well? Now, rumors are flown around suggesting that the WWE main roster is about to come calling for Joe. After over a year and a half in NXT, during which he has apparently in the main event scene and had 2 runs with promotions championship. He has little left to accomplish in the WWE's feeder system. Reports suggest that Samoa Joe might debut in the Royal Rumble match, an occasion on which several NXT talents made their main roster bow over those few years. Now, since Joe has been a featured attraction in particularly every wrestling company, I should say, for which he has appeared, there's every chance that Joe might quickly enter the WWE World Championship scene soon after going to SmackDown Live or Raw. Well, first off, he needs to debut at the Royal Rumble. It's going to make sense. It makes sense to have Samoa Joe debut at the Royal Rumble. First off, it's the Alamo Dome, and that would be a big attraction to have Samoa Joe debut at the Royal Rumble in the Alamo Dome. That's the perfect way to have Samoa Joe debut, in my opinion. It makes sense. It'd be perfect because Samoa Joe is such great talent. And he proves it every single night on NXT. But him going to Raw, he should not go to Raw. Because He won't have good story. He won't be in good storylines. The creative team's not gonna know what to do with this guy, which is great talent, and want to know how to use him. You bring him to SmackDown, he'll be in good storylines. He'll get treated better. He'll get used better. Better everything. They will know how to use their great talent because they've been showing us every single Tuesday night how to use their roster, how to use their talents. Samoa Joe should go to SmackDown Live because he'll be in better feuds. And that's where he needs to go because Raw won't do nothing with this guy. They will completely ruin him. But him being the world champion scene, man, it's way too soon. I want to put Samoa Joe in the world title shot already. Okay? It's too soon for that. It's too early. I'm not even worried about that right now. But until then, guys, let me know in the comments below what you think about this. I hope, man, they're saying that he couldn't compete at the event, so I just hope, I'm just taking it with a grain of salt. But that's today's news. That's today's information. Please follow me on all my social medias. I'm on Twitter at The Talk Show 101. Go follow me on Twitter more often because YouTube is broken and people are not seeing my videos when I upload them. So go follow me on Twitter. I'll leave the link in the description for you guys below. And click that red bell. Click that red bell. That way you guys have the notifications on. If you don't know about the red bell, click that red bell up top and you'll get my notifications every single time. All right? I don't want you guys missing anything of my episodes I put out for you. I bring the best. I'm here to be the best for myself. And that's what I'm about. Until then, guys, hit that like button as well and subscribe to the show and the channel. Check you guys on the next show. Articles below. Subscribe.